Namaskar. Welcome all to Arogya Shastra channel. Today we are going to discuss about very important topic, cooking oils. I request you to watch the complete video once and keep revisiting to the specific topic of your interest. This is very important step in achieving the healthy lifestyle. There are many misconceptions and wrong knowledge about the edible oils. We will be discussing most and clearly specifying the best oils for cooking and discussing list of oils to avoid. We will also discussing the questions like whether we should eat less oil or more oil. Does oil cause weight gain? Is mixing oil is the right thing? Please like, subscribe and share the video. Please let me know your feedback through comments. Please share with your friends and help spreading the good information. Let's begin with the first question. Should we eat less oil or more oil? To answer this, let's check how our ancestors ate oils. In India, it is common practice to eat oils raw with chutney or on the rice or on the roti. Also, all the vegetables are cooked with sufficient amount of oil. This means good amount of oils was always part of our diet. Science also says that we need good amount of fats in our diet. Let's first check why do we need to eat oils. First point is we need fats to absorb vitamin A, D, E and K. In the school, we have learned that there are two types of vitamins. One is fat soluble vitamins and another is water soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble vitamins. So to absorb them, we need to eat oil with our food. For brain nutrition, brain is made up of 100% fats. It gets well nourished on ketones, as it is preferred source of energy. Ketones are generated when you eat small chain and medium chain fatty acids. That means ghee or coconut oil. Healthy skin and hairs. We need fat to keep skin and hairs healthy. To maintain cell membranes. To transport cholesterol. The cholesterols are transferred using fats only. That is used for repairing various organs and tissues of the body. To maintain the health of gut barrier, short chain fatty acids are needed to repair the gut barrier. They regulate blood sugar. When carbohydrates are eaten with the healthy oils, the absorption of the carbohydrates slows down, thus helps to keep the sugar levels low. The oils also help to store the energy in our body, which can last for longer hours. So let's get to the next question, which is, does oils cause weight gain? The answer is no. Eating fats does not directly get stored as body fats. Generally, extra carbohydrates are converted into body fats. It is difficult to eat high enough fats to get it stored as body fat. Typically, many organs prefer fats as primary energy source. So, most fats will be consumed by body and rest will be cleaned by body. So, never worry when you are eating good oils. But if you are eating wrong oils, then it causes disorders in body. As side effects of these disorders, it is possible that the body weight may increase. Does oils cause cardiovascular disorders or heart problems? Answer is no. There are links given on the screen for research done using saturated fats, whether they cause these issues or not. It is proven that the good oils does not cause any issues. But if you are eating trans fat or hitting wrong oils, then oxidating stress will increase, which will cause disorders. So again, avoid bad oils and get plenty of good oils. Does oil cause raise in cholesterol? Answer is again no. Cholesterol is a repairing agent. If there are problems in your body, then cholesterol is created by your body, no matter if you are eating oils or not. Also, eating cholesterol does not increases cholesterol in your blood. If you take care of your disorders, then there will be no increase in cholesterol, and good oils does not increase cholesterol directly. Which oil is better? Till now, we have seen that good oils does not cause issues. Rather, we need to eat plenty of good oils. Now, question is which oils are good and how to identify them. First method is a simple method. Just remember a rule. Anything which you are eating in your diet and you are still healthy, then you can eat the oils extracted from that food item. For example, if you are eating coconut, then you can eat the coconut oil too. Something which you cannot eat in your diet, then do not eat the oil too. The second method is a scientific method, where we will apply the criteria shown on the screen. We will discuss them in details now. First, check that how oils are processed. Typically, they are refined or cold pressed oils. If you check refining method, for which link is given on the screen, you will automatically know if you want to consume refined oils or not. For refinement, chemical solvents are added. Good fatty acids are removed. It is soaked and foamed using alkaline agents. It is heated in every step of refining. In all, it is odorless, colorless and nutritionless oil. Rather, it is not an oil in the real sense. Also, trans fats are generated as heated multiple times. On top of that, preservatives are also added. So, I do not recommend eating refined oil at all. It is definitely not a good choice. It can be from the very good food source, but if it is refined, then avoid it. Look at the cold press way. In India, ghana or kachi ghani are used to extract cold pressed oils. There is no heating process. All vitamins, minerals are preserved. No fatty acids are removed. So taste and smell is also preserved. So this is recommended to eat cold pressed oils extracted on ghana. This is first criteria to choose the oil. Let's move on to the next step. The current screen shows you the best edible oils. You can eat them liberally. Let's check why. First, check the SFA percentage. That means saturated fatty acids percentage. More the SFA, more the stable oil. Means it can be used for heating. Then MUFA. MUFA means monounsaturated fatty acids. More the value, better the oil. Fourth column is PUFA. That means polyunsaturated fatty acids. More the value, more the unstable oil it is. So do not use the oil for heating if polyunsaturated fatty acids percent is high enough. The fifth column is smoke point. The oxidative stress increases if you start heating oil beyond the smoke point, which turns oil into bad oils. The first preferred oil for cooking is ghee or butter. This has high saturated fatty acids and very less polyunsaturated fatty acids. This is a stable oil. It means it can be heated multiple times. The Ayurveda recommends this oil too. It has healing effect on the gut too. It contains short chain and medium chain fatty acids, which can be digested directly without bile salts, giving you a quick energy source and generate ketones, which are energy source for your brain. The issue with the ghee is industrialization of dairy industry. The benefits goes away if the cow is genetically modified or getting hormone injections. Get the ghee of desi cow or the local breed and raised without any hormone injections. Adulteration is one more big concern here. The second preferred oil is coconut oil. It has all benefits of ghee. It also promotes weight loss, as it is medium chain fatty acids and can be digested easily. With low carb diet, it helps to generate ketones, which keeps providing primary energy source, that is fats, and lose weight in the process. Animal fats are also good fats and should be used while cooking same animal. But our topic is oils, so I will talk about this in different video. The third preferred oil is olive oil. The olive oil must be used if it is cold pressed. It is marketed as virgin or extra virgin oils. If you look at the PUFA value, that is polyunsaturated fatty acids, then it is more than the first two oils. As well, the extra virgin oils smoke point is low. That means we should avoid heating this oil. Reheating or deep frying is not at all recommended with this oil. Use it plenty if you are using it in raw form, on the salad or something like that. If you check the chart, you will find that coconut oil is the better oil than the olive oil. If olive oil is expensive in your area, then there is no point running behind it. But if it is cheaper in your area, then definitely it is a good option. The oils you are seeing on the screen are good to eat moderately and preferably raw. This is due to mainly increase in the polyunsaturated fatty acids contents compared to previous list. The list contains oil like mustard oil, sesame oil, walnut oil, almond oil and flaxseed oil. Mustard and sesame oils have high smoke points, so can be used for low flame heating recipes. Don't use them for deep frying. Flaxseed oil has very less smoke point, so must be consumed raw only. The last list contains oils which is favorite oils of the industry. And guess what? They are must be avoided. Why? Because they contain omega-6 fatty acids. We need omega-6 fatty acids but in very less quantity. Higher values create problems with health. Also, these oils has high values of polyunsaturated fatty acids. That means neither these oils are good for cooking nor for consuming raw. Plus, mostly these oils are refined oils. These oils may cause disorders like inflammation, autoimmune diseases and weight gain. Let's talk about palm oil. The fatty acid profile for the palm oil is very good. It has very high smoking point too. But this oil became controversial because of result of clinical trial by the European Food Safety and Authority. Their conclusion was that it can cause cancer when processed at high temperatures. So I do not recommend this oil till the next proper research happens. Hydrogenated oils. These oils are sold with different names like vegetable oils, vegetable ghee, etc. These oils are worst oils of all as it contains trans fats. So completely avoid these. The next question is, can I use mixed oils? The simple answer is no, because different smoking points of oils. One oil will start burning earlier than other and you would not know it. Instead, prefer to change oil on monthly basis. I guess this was useful information and you have better idea of which oil to use for cooking. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like and add the comments. Please share with your friends and help spreading the good information. Thank you.